And welcome to In Between Sets podcast. I'm your host, Kate,
And I'm Abigail.
who's also your host. I think this is episode 25. I'm just kidding. I don't
I think
think
it's
it's
actually, is it 19?
19. I want to say it's like 19 or 20. That's what I
Yeah,
was going to say. And then I was like,
I think it's
I could be
19.
lying. So, thank you for giving us a minute to adjust to our lives. If you
Yes.
are an avid
Listener.
listener, you will
Which I
understand.
have had people
Yeah.
say, like, can you guys get back to like
Yes.
regularly scheduled programming?
Same.
And we really thought better of ourselves during pregnancy and prep. Let me
Yes.
just tell you.
Yeah. I'm doing better. I'm where I can be consistent, but she's about to
You're done
pop.
with prep.
Well, yeah, because she's about to pop in like 20 days. Yeah, if you're watching, hello.
Yeah,
That's a belly.
that's Billy.
Anyway, she's about to pop. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your journey right now of how you're feeling?
I just am tired and my
Yeah.
brain works at like 0% capacity and I have so much. It's so bad because I'm like, I really thought I was like, what's the word?
Superhuman?
Empathetic,
Superhuman.
like empathetic towards other pregnant people where you're like,
Oh, yeah.
oh, you see them less, you talk to them a little bit less, like
hmm
things like that.
hmm
But you like, I feel like should have had more empathy for them where I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, this really sucks. But I also did not have a rough first trimester.
But it's biting you in the butt.
It's like
Yeah.
coming back to get me this third one.
hmm
So
She's
yesterday
throwing up a lot.
a lot
A lot.
every day.
I say this like I'm around her all the time, but I've yet to see her throw up. But I remember Tori was like, "Yeah,
You saw it at the baby shower when I was
you."
opening presents, literally
Oh, that's
mid-present.
true. You did do
Uh-huh.
that. Yeah.
And yesterday at the doctor, I go,
Did you throw up in Tori's hands?
I did, yes. Well, I threw up in the sink, and Tori was like, "You can't leave that there." So she picked it up and threw it away. We're outing Tori right now, sorry, but she did pick up my puke.
Listen, I'm a friend, but damn.
That's what I said. I didn't even want to pick up my own puke. Like I was just gonna cover it
Oh,
and be like,
yeah.
sorry. But yeah, she like,
Anyway, so yesterday at the doctor.
oh, yesterday at the doctor, I was like thinking in my head, maybe I'm gonna go into birth or into labor soon because I haven't thrown up the last 2 days. And I told the nurse that. I go, I actually it's been 2 days since I've thrown up. She walks out everywhere, all over the floor, all this kind of stuff. And I literally was like, there's nothing they can do. But
Mhm.
I told Kyle, I'm like, go get the nurse because I want proof because it takes everybody just like one time seeing
Yeah.
it to like believe that it's that bad.
Is there anything that like triggers it, or is it
Laughing.
joy?
Joy.
Happiness triggers vomiting?
Yes, laughing triggers it. It's not food. So people think it's like
I'm not gonna make you laugh.
um laying on my left side, which is like my favorite side to lay on.
Okay. Mhm.
Sitting in the car because I'm like clenched, which
Yeah.
is why I was like,
Yeah.
we're at my house now.
Yeah.
And that's
She was
pretty much
like,
it.
can you come over here today? I was like, yeah, I don't know. Yes, of course I can come
Sure.
over there. Okay. No, I'm gonna make the pregnant girl who's 20 days away from giving labor come to my house again.
Yes, 21.
21 days. I keep saying
But
20.
that has ha actually happened like mid-drive. I just projectile vomit all over my car and I have to stop at the car wash. It's happened twice.
Oh,
It's
that's
so
the
weird.
worst.
I try it positively though. I'm not sick. Like it's truly out of nowhere. I throw up for like 15 minutes. I'm done, and then that's it.
So pregnancy sounds like a joy. I
It's
can't
great.
wait.
Oh, and one more thing, since it
Mhm.
was literally yesterday. She weighs 7.5 pounds, which is more than I was at birth.
Oh, a
Mhm.
full-grown baby.
She is 7.5 pounds
So when can you
currently.
I know how pregnancy works. I know
I
what
don't.
full term. Well, like I'm a woman. I get
Yeah.
it. Can she safely come right now?
As of tomorrow.
As of tomorrow.
She'll be
Okay.
full term tomorrow. So I'll
Okay.
be 37 weeks tomorrow.
So then after
So,
that, she's I mean, because I assumed because she does weigh 7.5 pounds, but
yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, like she could come and be
So
healthy.
technically
Not
they
like she'd be a
like,
preemie or anything.
yeah, no, they would say she's like she wouldn't be at risk to go to the the NICU or
Yeah.
anything as of tomorrow.
Okay.
So like she really could come at any time. They say like
When's your due date?
the
November
7th.
7th?
Yeah.
I don't think she's coming November 7th. I've said
Really?
this. I've said she's coming early.
Okay, yeah. I was
I've
like,
said,
don't change your
no,
mind.
no, no. I've said that she's coming like
Yeah.
November 1st, October 31st, like right.
I
I'm
think she's coming that
there.
weekend.
Yes.
And I'm hoping it's not me being hopeful because I'm
Well, I
really
also think
over
it
it.
too, and I'm right about everything. So,
This is true. And everybody else thinks late. So
nope. I think she's ready.
yeah,
I think you have to get a little bit more miserable though, unfortunately.
this is true.
Yeah. Because every
Great.
time I see someone like, they're just like, I can't wait for her to be out. I'm like, it just apparently it takes getting to
Yeah,
there.
to get
Like,
to that.
yeah, that point. It's
I
like,
have not started sprinting. I have
yeah,
heard that like
yeah.
that really gets things going.
Hmm.
But I do curb walk and there's like this old man that walks his dog
Yeah.
around the neighborhood and it's hot.
Yes.
That's
It's
also
still hot
it's
in
still
Texas.
hot in Texas. So I'm like I look like a white trash pregnant woman walking around my poor neighborhood in like a sports bra
Yeah.
and bathing suit bottoms basically.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, "How much longer you got?" Like he just like looked like he felt bad for me, and I was like 3 weeks. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm trying everything, and he goes, "You keep it up. I see you." He goes, "Every time I see you, you're a little bit bigger," and he goes, "I can't imagine." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, it's anyway." Okay,
It's
enough about
rough.
pregnancy, but
Well, we just wanted, yeah, we're just so close.
we are
So,
close.
yeah.
So I would also say, as far as like consistency goes, I bet we are back to consistency in the next month or two.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
off and on right now
Yeah.
because of really me.
Well,
But
because, we never know if Abigail's going to vomit or if she's going to go into
go to labor.
labor or, there's just so many things up in the air right now.
I wish I
Yeah.
was like a little bit more influency
Why?
to where we could like podcast while I was in labor and it would be kind of funny. You know, the people that like bring the cameras
Who's
in
to
and
say
stuff.
we can't?
Yeah, right.
Who's to say we can't?
You're in charge of that.
Okay,
Bring the
great.
stuff.
This episode is going to actually kind of be a little bit about, we talked about it briefly in a beginning episode, I think, about having a floor and having a ceiling. I
It
think
was an
it,
answer to a question. That's what it was. Because I don't think we
yeah.
like dove into it.
I
Sorry.
asked, no, I asked Abigail, I was like, I think this is what we should talk about because we are one kind of at, again, always at different pin like spots in our life, in between
Mm-mm.
seasons. And her floor and her ceiling is going to look wildly different from where her floor and her ceiling used to look pre-pregnancy.
Yeah,
And then my floor and my ceiling are going to look wildly different than me out of prep and
right.
also kind of now out of like bodybuilding, like now that I've hung my heels and
As they
and
say.
my suit and been like, no, no, none for me, thanks. No more.
Hmm.
But before we dive into that and to what a floor and ceiling is and what that means, we're going to tell you our betrayal list because
Yes,
that
because
is
it's
a
trending and
trend.
it's hilarious.
It's a trend going around. Kanye started it. And I believe Kanye put his own kid on the betrayal
I
list.
saw that and I was like, that's so jacked up. But what's ironic is I've been seeing all of that, but I really like his gospel.
I know.
And so like
Yeah,
anyway.
I know. But I'm curious as to see if Scarlett's on your betrayal list because she's making you vomit.
Dude, she is.
So, anyway,
Ugh.
Abigail, kick us off with your
Mm-mm.
betrayal list.
Should I just like read it straight up,
Yeah,
like the whole thing?
let's just well, hers is much longer than mine. Abigail's a lot, a
But
lot of betrayals.
right. That's also if you know me, you know that
Yes.
like
Yeah.
I'm a minor inconveniences really get to me.
Yes.
Massive like traumatic events can totally handle.
Yeah.
Yeah, minor
That's got to be
inconvenience
a
is
trauma response.
not a thing.
Okay, kick it off.
Is Diet Pepsi okay?
No.
That's not what I asked
That's
for.
also on mine. I said Pepsi only places.
Yes.
Coke Zeros or Diet
I
Cokes.
truly don't think I've ever met somebody who prefers Pepsi to Coke.
Where are y'all?
Who
Who are y'all? What do y'all like?
and why would a restaurant openly be like, I choose Pepsi
Yeah,
products?
what are your lives like that you choose Pepsi? I want to know.
It's not good.
Wasn't it Britney Spears that used to promote Pepsi way back in the day? Do you remember?
Uh, mm,
Remember that when it was
she
like,
must have got paid a lot though, because they were probably trying to push people to drink Pepsi because
yeah.
it sucks.
Okay, keep going.
Okay. Being pregnant in the summer was my second one, but then quickly followed by my third that says actually just being pregnant in general.
So it's not really Scarlet, it's just the pregnancy part. Got it.
Yeah, me and Scarlett, we got some
Okay.
beef to work out.
Okay.
This one is very niche. And if you know, you know. My rib cage.
I saw that just now. I was like, oh, okay.
The calories in a Pop-Tart.
Ooh,
That is so rude because that is one thing we have never wavered on. We've always been in agreement.
yes.
A good brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tart. People who play victim, I was a little bit more serious, but that
Hmm.
really does irk me. Where
Hmm.
I'm like, you're the reason you're so miserable.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
My 2011 Facebook statuses.
Oh, that's really funny. I will see my Facebook statuses come up. I'm like, who let you have a Facebook and who let you post?
Dude, they've been so bad recently to the point where like, it comes up on your
Yeah, yeah.
I'll delete them
Same.
as if anybody's
Same.
scrolling back to 20. I go in and like, why did I post
No.
that? That's so embarrassing.
Mm-mm.
Okay. My husband, when I ask him to take a cute picture of me, like he's not even my whole body's not even in the
Uh-huh.
frame.
Hmm.
So rude.
Hmm.
Okay. Pick me girls. That
As
like,
a former one, I get it.
yeah, like
As a
be a
former
girl's
one.
girl.
Yep, I get it.
But it always makes me think of the like in front of everybody. Where do you get Botox? I'm like, okay,
Oh,
one.
oh.
What you don't know is I own it.
Yeah, yeah,
Don't care.
yeah.
I-35 drivers,
This
specifically
is very specific and niche to Fort Worth.
Fort Worth. And if you know, 52 Deers. I took
Hmm.
that one off because that was a little too niche,
Right.
but those people,
Hmm.
you know who you are.
Hmm.
Cords on hair tools. Why?
I get it. Yeah.
Why are we on the moon, but I still have to plug in my hair dryer? That pisses, like, what? We have, okay. We have cordless chargers for why can't I blow dry my hair?
Yeah.
Okay, people that make politics their entire personality.
Yep. Hmm.
Enough said.
Hmm. Enough said.
Snapchat videos from college.
Snapchat filters. The puppy dog. Anyway.
The amount, like, I feel like Tori could ruin my life,
Oh, yes, she could.
as
Yeah.
I could for her.
I was about to say, because you could for her.
But like, those are just floating around on like Snapchat, iCloud
Yep.
somewhere.
Hmm. Hmm.
Oh, when my husband doesn't want to split an appetizer,
Rude.
that I'm a
Rude.
big app person. Like,
Yeah.
I'd much rather go out for like
Yeah.
Diet Coke and apps than like
Yeah. Then a
drinks and a meal.
meal.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Lattes that are the wrong color. Is that on yours?
Um, yeah, the $7 latte that's the wrong color.
But Dutch Bros.
Why am I paying? Well, I've never been to Dutch
Because it
Bros.
sucks. Don't ever
Why am
go.
I paying $7 to $8 and I just
I want to tell them how to make
and
it.
then it's the wrong color.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that one does get me. Medical insurance.
it's a scam. Health insurance is a scam.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
Also, why is vision and dental separate from health? Is that not on my
Oh yeah,
body?
no. I never
That's on my body. Why does that not cover anything?
and I never realized how bad it was, which is super spoiled of me until I left the military
Oh, yeah.
because I just never had to question it.
Yeah.
But now like we'll get charged and I'm like, this is so confusing. Confusing. Like I don't know what I'm paying
Yeah.
for.
Yeah. I don't either. And why can't I just have I want to have like a health savings account, which I know that's what an HSA is for. But like I want to be able to pay my $400 for me a month and
And get what you want.
get what I need. Like if something comes up, then that like come pulls from it. You know what I
Well,
mean?
yeah, and
Like
like the new thing, or this is, I think, normal for most people, but was new for me, is like I pay my health insurance,
hmm.
but then like I go to my appointment and I have to pay like I'll get bills for like 479 because like one blood draw didn't count towards whatever. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what? But the doctor did it. I didn't ask for that. I'm
Yeah.
confused.
Yeah.
Health
Anyway,
insurance. Anyway,
we're just girls.
just a girl. Fitting room lighting,
Hmm. Hmm.
especially Targets. The tax system that kind of goes into
Taxes, the government
what
betrayed.
And also, like, didn't we become America because like we hated taxes?
On,
Like the British Tea
yeah,
Party, wasn't that like,
yes,
and now,
yep.
okay.
Hmm.
Anyway, having I forgot what I wrote on here. Having to share a room with a man once you get married. Like I spent my whole life
I feel this so deeply in my bones.
trying
Yep.
to live by myself,
Yep.
have my cute aesthetic, and then you get
Hmm.
married and it's like,
Why would a man be there?
go to you're ruining my aesthetic.
Why would a man be there?
Yeah, I don't, it messes up the flow. I like to sleep in the middle.
Yes. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yep.
needing an app for everything,
Oh, yeah.
dude.
We have an app for that. I don't need it. I don't need
I
another
don't
app
need
in my
it.
life.
The year 2021.
This is
Also niche. If you know,
very
you know.
specific, but yes, actually. Same.
Yeah.
Very betrayed by that year. I'll run through mine pretty quickly because
Sorry,
they're
yeah.
no, they're kind of the same. They're kind of the same. Trader Joe's parking lot.
You introduced me to that. That I could
I'm
have had
gonna
that.
go,
Yeah.
but damn, I hate the parking lot.
And
Okay.
they go, why is their food so good?
Yes. Bloating.
Yes.
Just bloating. I don't like
Been
it.
me for 9 months.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers. It's very specific
That
to
is
me, but I'm very betrayed by this man. And if you're a Packers fan, you know overhead lighting.
okay. What's actually really funny is, and you're gonna laugh because I've done this every single time. You said Aaron Rodgers, and all I thought she meant Randy Rodgers.
Every time. What is he? Then he sing that song, and I'm like, Aaron Rodgers plays football. What are you telling? Sing a song? No, Randy
But
Rodgers.
then it was gonna be even
Yeah.
more niche.
No, you didn't say Randy Rodgers. You thought Aaron Watson.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
Sports.
my right shoulder.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
100%.
betrayed.
I'm betrayed.
And now you have a shoulder
Yeah.
that's betrayed you. Motion sickness for me.
Yeah.
I get car sick so easy and it will ruin my day.
Dude, how about when it's motion sickness on top of the Christmas trees? The car Christmas trees? Do you know what
What?
I'm talking about? There's
What?
air fresheners that look like Christmas trees in the car,
Oh,
and you like already get car sick, and then they have
yes,
that,
and
and
they
you're
have the
like,
smell and it makes it 10 times worse.
yes.
Yeah, I'll get so car sick though, like that nausea stays with me the rest of the day
Yeah.
until I've like either settled enough, laid down, or eaten enough.
Yep.
Like I have to have some sort of carbohydrate. Like I have to go through a list in order to
Yes.
beat motion sickness. And I'm like, I'm just trying to enjoy my life
And
and
it's
try
like
to hang
you
out.
have to do it.
So because I mentioned Allie in every episode, where in
I should have her
Austin,
on the show.
yeah, in Austin, and we're like trying to have a girls' day. We go like drive, we drop our son off at daycare, we go and pick up like these cool coffees, whatever. And I haven't had breakfast,
Oh yeah.
so I'm
No
getting car
breakfast
sick.
caught. Yeah.
No breakfast, car sick, or like already in the car and there's traffic, so I'm like a little stop and go. It's just a bad combo. But it made me so sick the rest of the day. It almost kind of like ruined our girls' day because I was just like, when I'm car sick, I feel very like skeleton, like
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just like like
Because
not
all
even
you
a
can think about is
human.
I'm sick, I'm sick, I'm sick.
So anyway, a $7 stadium hot dog. Why is my hot dog $7?
You,
It's a hot dog with ketchup on it.
it's gross. I
No.
don't feel bad for her for that one.
Okay. Uh, people, people who try to get out of a contract they signed.
I'm annoyed for you for that.
This is
Yeah.
very specific to my business. I love each and every one of my clients. I do. Like it's just people who,
The military was the same though.
yeah, yeah.
I get it.
It's just people that like if people you realize the intention of what you're signing up for when you go into a service and I provide a business and so if I don't provide that business then sure you can say hey
Right.
you didn't provide what you
Your end of the
promised,
deal.
yeah, so I went out. That's not me, I provide, but I was just like anyway I don't want to
Question,
get
question
too
on
into
that
that
though.
but
Do you feel like now that people have to sign contracts for you, do you find yourself reading contracts more often?
yes,
Because I do too.
yes,
Like just read the contract.
like an adult. uh
Unless it's like
I said Pepsi only places taxes and the government and my last one.
we're the same.
My last one was me, because what W because WTF. I betrayed
Every day.
myself so often. Like More than anything on my list, I have betrayed myself.
Yeah, there are multiples. It's actually funny because I think I said that this morning to my friend Becca, where it's like I'm in a really bad mood, but like it's
It's
my
me.
fault.
It's me. I look at my past relationships and I feel more betrayed by myself than them.
This is all my fault.
And they betrayed me very deeply. And I looked at them like in the mirror, like,
This is your
this
fault.
was your fault. You agreed to this. You signed
Yeah.
up for this. So that's our betrayal list. Now let's talk about what we're gonna talk about.
And also since like we're trying to get back in, more consistent,
Mhm.
comment which one you relate to the most.
Yes. Or
We need to do
yeah.
that more. Or no.
I have a workout one if y'all want to go to Beefy Babes Club Instagram, and there's a workout one of the betrayal list, like front seams.
Dude, speaking of
And
that, I feel like we need to do a workout. We haven't worked out together in a while,
oh yeah.
but I feel like you should have to tape a watermelon to your belly. Have you
Oh
seen that?
yes.
It's kind of
I'll
funny.
do it. Yeah. Mm. I'll do it, but yeah, I get it. Segueing
Okay,
into
anyway.
that though, so okay. Abigail, would you like to explain? Or do you want me to explain
The
what's
ceiling and a floor.
ceiling and a
Hard
floor?
transition. Okay.
Hard transition. Mainly, I brought this up to Abigail today. This fly in
I
here.
I
There's a
that should be
fly
on my
that
betrayal
yeah,
list.
flies.
The flies in my house, yeah.
Um, I brought this up because Ellie and I were having a conversation yesterday, and I'm sure she'll is fine to talk about, but she was really struggling because she's pregnant, and she was really struggling with like I don't feel like I'm doing enough in my workouts, and she was on her way to the gym, but she started to get really, really sick, and she was just like,
Dude, I can't do it.
I can't do it. I feel, and she was like, also, I feel so tired. So
Yeah.
so we kind of had this conversation and to kind of, okay, well, one, you need to be able to look at the stage of life that you're in,
Yeah.
the season of life that you're in, and understand that there's going to be a floor and a ceiling to what your experience in. We're really just sticking with fitness right now, like today,
Yeah. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we really want to make this specific to just fitness and get back to telling you guys our perspectives, our advice,
I
and
would say fitness
opinions on
and
things.
things that make you feel like make your body
Wellness,
wellness.
health and
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
wellness.
yeah.
We'll go with the
Yeah.
health and wellness.
I only say
Okay.
that because of
So
food.
tell the people what a ceiling and floor
Yeah.
is like.
So what's funny is I was actually also talking to a newly pregnant friend of mine.
Hmm.
And that's like, I feel like the first thing that when you do get pregnant, or even like when you transition to a new season,
Hmm.
is like the first thing that hits you of like, I was not expecting to feel this tired, or I was
Yeah.
not it's like the same emotion that you like constantly see, no matter
Hmm.
how many times people tell you. But the ceiling, when you were talking about ceiling and floor changing, I would say that the ceiling often changes, but the floor really, if it's a good floor, shouldn't change
Okay.
because your floor should be something so simple
Hmm.
that regardless of the season of life that you're in, that you can accomplish it and feel like
Yeah.
I won the day.
Hmm.
And that's changed because
Hmm.
I did have to, even pregnant, I had to adjust my floor. And then it kind of made me realize that it was like, wait, no, the floor is supposed to make me successful regardless.
It is something that will move the needle.
Correct.
No matter what, it will move the needle.
And when Caitlin brought this topic up today, I instantly started thinking of for a lot of people, every day we wake up and like we want to chase the ceiling. Like
Hmm.
that's what we find like success in. Um, but your mind should shift in that like every single day you should wake up and like relentlessly chase your floor and chase that to like chase your floor as consistently as possible
Hmm.
because even in like for me in this season it's very easy to say because I can't reach the ceiling for the day nothing's going to get done. And I've had days like that where I'm like
Hmm.
literally brushing my teeth feels like I just ran a marathon.
Yeah.
But if it's like, okay, I switched the mindset and I'm just chasing the floor, which is my 5 minute thing that day, it does start to propel you forward and you're still like
Hmm.
meeting those goals or those wins slowly every day. Anyway, all that to say, ceiling is like your perfect day.
Hmm.
So if you go down your list of like everything that if it was a perfect day that you had, no work obligations, no family obligations, no anything. You felt great, all of that. You were able to hit all these things. So a lot, and I'm sure a lot of ours are similar, but
Mhm.
that would be getting 10K steps, honestly, first thing in the day.
I should preface too, these are like we say this often, but this is like a list of our non-negotiables,
Correct.
of our ceiling and our floor. Continue. Yeah.
Yeah.
10K
And
steps a day.
yeah, and again, typically the ceiling and the floor have common themes, but
Mm-hmm.
they're just lower expectations
Yes.
of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so like the ceiling would be waking up when the sun comes up, getting my 10K steps first thing in the day, coming home, doing my hour-long devotional, followed by meditation, followed by I drink water and
Mm-hmm.
electrolytes before I drink coffee, followed by making a really good breakfast, followed by going to the gym, hitting my workout in
Mm-hmm.
order the way it's supposed to, in the time that it's
Mm-hmm.
supposed to, with the prescribed, you know,
Yeah. The weights
weights
felt
and
great.
reps.
Yeah.
It felt great. I hit PRs.
Mm-hmm.
I come home like that is my ceiling. And that's a pretty accurate depiction of like what a good ceiling morning would be.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the evening, it's like you come home, you walk the dogs before you watch TV, you make a good breakfast, or excuse me, a good dinner,
Mm-hmm.
you have good conversation with your spouse or your friend or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, you get in bed and you read a book without scrolling your
Mm-hmm.
phone and you go to bed on time. And like
Mm-hmm.
all of those things are all really great things
Mm-hmm.
and honestly can happen probably more often
Yeah.
than you I guess give yourself credit for. Like they
Mm-hmm.
probably could. But it's just not realistic for every day.
No.
And so what is the floor? Meaning that like I still felt like I had a really good day. I'm still moving towards my goals, not away from my goals.
Mm-hmm.
But I can do it in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I feel like 5 minutes is a pretty good,
Mm-hmm.
like everybody has 5 minutes. Like you'd
Mm-hmm.
be very hard pressed to find somebody without 5 minutes. So that could be as simple as like I'm praying while I brush my teeth for the 1 minute and then I
Mm-hmm.
do air squats while I'm waiting for my coffee to brew in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just an example, but like that is kind of like what your ceiling and your floor is so that you're still moving the needle forward, still feeling like you
Mm-hmm.
have success and still uh gaining momentum. Is that maybe the right word?
Yeah.
For your day.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I would even go further into like for this is what I do for my clients who have kind of found themselves in a very in a similar cycle of I can't tell if I'm making progress in anything that I'm doing. I don't know if anything that I'm doing is working for me, especially when it comes to losing weight. And one thing I like to do is get like we're going to establish five non-negotiables,
hmm.
and they're going to be the most simplistic versions of almost both, right? Like almost your floor and your ceiling. But they're going to be okay, 10K steps a day. Uh, I'm going to do 2 to 3 workouts a week. I'm going to do 5 minutes of a devotional. I'm going to like they'll do five, and typically
Hmm.
just all around like kind of wellness or health and wellness and stuff.
And all quick.
And all very
Yeah.
quick. And the floor will be three of those. Like, so we'll take two away and we'll have just like two. All that we're saying with a ceiling and a floor is to have these certain expectations of your day and your life that will make you feel like you are still moving the needle.
Hmm.
Because every one of us, especially as women, we think, especially as high performing women, we think that we have to do everything perfectly
Yeah.
or we're not making progress at all. And like that is just such a heavy burden to bear. And I will say this, I run into this so often. Your floor does not require you to feel shame about it.
Correct.
Because like a lot of people go, well, I just did this, this, and this. I'm like, that is your floor, a great
It's meant,
depiction of your,
yeah.
and it's not meant to be like shameful and like, well, you didn't have a good day. No, that is still so that you define that you had a good day, or that you
And
define that you made progress.
I would even argue that is a good metric for knowing if it is your floor,
Hmm.
in the sense that you should pick the two, three things that if I do these things, I'm gonna feel better.
Yeah.
And like literally in pregnancy, I was just telling one of my girlfriends about this, but it's like sometimes like literally brushing my teeth or like getting up and washing
Mhm.
my face would just like it just like felt like so much energy.
Yeah.
But I knew if I got up, regardless of like what I had going on that day,
Hmm.
got in the shower, rinsed my body off,
Hmm.
did my little skincare, put on some sunscreen and put on normal clothes,
Yeah.
like I know there's no possible way to put shame around that.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
the only way it's going to make me feel is better. And so
Right.
like just starting there. So like what's
Hmm.
like the one thing of no matter what, it will make me feel better
Yeah.
because that's a very good way to be like, might not have got nothing done, but I feel better about, than I
Sure.
did before.
Yeah.
Um, what was the other thing I was gonna say on that? I can't remember.
I will also want to add, and so like kind of the reason we're bringing it up today is because there are so many different seasons of life that you are going to go through, and especially just obviously as a woman. For me, for example, well, we're gonna take like me moving away from prep and getting into normal life. Like, what does normal life look for like for me as someone who's
And
kind of been competing ish for 2 years?
and I would say because in prep, your floor is a lot more extensive than like
Yes,
what it would be in normal life because you have to hit certain.
correct.
So
Yeah.
redefining those things.
Correct.
Yeah.
So for me, for example, of like, okay, it took me a minute. I'm feeling a little bit more like myself these days than I was maybe the last like 4 weeks. I'm now almost 6 weeks post show,
Hmm.
which is great. Um, but it is kind of redefining. Okay, I've had a lot of people ask me recently to like, well, what's next? Well, what
Well,
are you
you don't need,
and what are you
she doesn't
gonna
need that question.
and what are you gonna eat? Like, well, what's like, how are you gonna whatever? My life doesn't really change that much other than like
The amount.
the amount of what I was doing. Like
Yeah.
especially like in prep, I'm not doing hours of cardio a day. I'm not doing like I'm working out 3 times a week. I'm eating the same foods, just more of them,
Hmm.
and also a little, obviously more variety. Um, but I genuinely like the way that I live life and train and whatever. That's why it was quote unquote, easy for me to bodybuild because
But it didn't start that way.
it didn't start that way,
Yeah.
right? So anyway, sidebar, because people just keep asking like what I'm doing. I'm like, I'm not gonna, I'm
It's
sitting down for a little bit.
yes.
But I'm shrinking what I was doing so that my floor and my ceiling are moving towards the goal that you want. So the goal
Sustainability.
that I want right now is to be sustainable and to
Hmm.
be healthy because I still don't have my period yet. I still am kind of working through a bunch of hormones. I bawled my eyes out on Monday and I'm breaking out along my chin a little bit. So I know they're leveling out. But mine is to be able to be healthier and to just be a sustainable, normal amount of healthy. So I think when you're establishing a floor or a ceiling in the season you're in, is getting a lot more clarity on what it is that you're trying to achieve. And I want to get your thoughts on that as to where you are now with being
Yeah.
pregnant. But then I want to transition us to talking about the reason behind a floor and a ceiling is to not necessarily do more, but it's to create intention and clarity
I
about
was literally
moving
just about to go there. So
moving your
yes.
needle. So, uh,
Yeah.
take it away.
So that was the first thing I was going to say is like if you notice the first the I guess the first step in doing this is being intentional about it. So
Hmm.
like thinking through like what does success and failure whatever look like for me.
Hmm.
And that's it really is the like probably the most important step because you're bringing it to your forefront whereas like you can very easily and for me especially in pregnancy like very easily just start going through the motions and like you don't think about your ceiling or your floor.
Hmm.
And I can tell because like I will get into a funk where I'm like
Oh, yeah.
in a bad mood, everything bothers me,
Hmm.
which is I already get bothered by a lot, but like you can tell like I'm very agitated. I don't feel like I'm not studying well, I'm not sleeping well, I'm like aggravated with friends. I'm like, isolating myself, all this stuff
Hmm.
until I step back and I'm like, okay, well, you haven't showered in 3 days,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. You haven't done your floor at
at
all.
all. And so, yeah, it's just bringing it to the forefront
Yeah.
and like even sometimes just like acknowledging that is like a huge step forward of
Yeah.
like, there's no reason why I can't just like wake up and drink a gallon of water every day.
Hmm.
And so kind of with that, what I was going to say is I think we very much so overestimate like what doing your ceiling every day would do for you, and we very much so underestimate what like completing your floor every day
Hmm.
would do for you. Because and it always makes me, because it's such a hot thing right now, always makes me think of like 75 hard.
Oh, yeah.
Because I am not a hater. I think it is a good thing. Like I really do like all
Yeah.
of the things in there. But every single time I see somebody start and then they overestimate like what their life is going to be like if they hit it for
Hmm.
30 days or 75 days, and then they fail one time and they let every single habit go
Yeah.
and they don't do any of it. And so I'm like, okay, well, if we just like scaled back a little bit
Yeah.
and for 1 year all you did was pick the, the one thing, like you're going to be so much closer to your goal than
Yeah.
inconsistency with your ceiling.
Hmm.
um Anyway, the question you had for me was just what does that look like in pregnancy right now?
Yeah. What is your, not necessarily what is your floor and your ceiling,
Yeah.
but
How has that changed?
what, yeah. And obviously we talked about clarity and intentionality with why we're choose how to choose your floor and your ceiling is first step is to have some clarity about where you are in the season of life and
Yeah,
be
yeah, yeah.
really, really honest and intentional with yourself in it.
So I'm a very type A person. Yeah, if
No,
you haven't heard me talk about my color coordinated planner and all those things.
no,
And pregnancy, the season that I'm in is very like not good for type A people because you literally can't plan anything.
correct.
And so me getting clear on those types of things was actually super important because there are days that I wake up and I feel really good,
Hmm.
where I'm like, I don't feel like sick. I feel I have energy, like all of this kind of stuff. And if I feel like if I wasn't intentional about like what does my ceiling look like or what are some of those things on the checklist, that I would just kind of let those days go to waste
Hmm.
when like there's no reason for that. Like I can go get a good workout, I can study, I can clean the house, I can prep, I can do lots of things.
Hmm.
Whereas if I was not intentional about it, I would kind of not even realize that like, oh, I feel really good today. Like I should go take advantage of this.
Hmm.
And then in the same sense, some days I wake up for absolutely no reason and I feel like I got hit by a bus. And so like
Yay,
tr-
hormones.
like truly if I move from my bed to like the couch, I feel like it's a good
Game
day.
over.
Yeah. And so I have just had to like become very aware of like what is a good day and how do I take advantage of that, and like what is a bad day and how can I like make the most
Yeah.
of that bad day.
Yeah.
And so it was actually probably 2 weeks ago that I it kind of really hit me of like what can I do on my bad days and stuff. And I did. I literally came up with a little routine where I do my little skincare, my shower, whatever. I
Hmm.
have pelvic floor exercises that I can do that are
Hmm.
pre-pregnancy me would be like, that's not a workout, but now I'm like, this is a
Right.
workout.
Yeah.
And it takes me about 20 minutes, but it feels really good and it's
Hmm.
moving my body. And then I literally go for a half mile walk around the block and I know I can do all of it in an hour
Hmm.
and I will feel better.
Yeah.
And that might be the only like wellness thing that I do that day,
Hmm.
but it really does put me in a better mood, make me feel
Hmm.
better and things like that. And so I think just the biggest thing for me in a new season with like so much unpredictability is being intentional about it. So I don't know.
100%.
What do you think about that? But
100%. I think too, your goal and getting really specific with your season is you're trying to one, your goal right now is to not lose weight.
right.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
your goal right now is to not, and I would go so much to say it's not even to build muscle. It's not to
No.
do anything but to provide one, a healthy place for your baby to grow.
Mhm.
And then also to not gain a ton of weight for yourself, but to just have a happy, healthy body to one, grow a human, and then to have a good delivery, right?
Yeah.
Like to have a healthy delivery. Like it's super easy. Like when you're thinking about where you're you're the season that you're in and your goals should not be hard. Like you shouldn't
Correct.
overcomplicate. Like mine right now is to be healthy. I'm not
Correct.
trying to necessarily lose weight. I've done
Yeah.
that. I'm
Got
actually trying
that.
to gain weight. But I am. I'm trying to gain a small amount of weight
Get your
each
period
week and get
back.
my period back. So
Yeah.
cool. That's my clarity. That's my alignment. That's my intention. So how do I feel like I'm moving the marker that way? Is like, well, okay, best case scenario for me is I do A, B, C, D, E, F, G quote unquote worst case. It's not worst case scenario, but say I have an off day, say I've got a million things to do. Okay, well, I just at least have to get 10K steps. I at least have to get one of my workouts in or cardio or whatever I have for that day. And
Hmm.
then, or that's my rest day and I'll move it to the next day. Like I have a floor. That's kind of the what I wanted to talk about today and what I thought why we're kind of as we wrap this up, but like understand the season of life that you're in, and know that it's going to change. And the reason like I thought about this is to have a good topic is because like we as women just really love to overwhelm ourselves
Yeah.
and think that the reason I felt like passionate about this today is because I don't know if you saw it on like TikTok and Instagram and stuff, but it was like the great lock-in.
Yeah.
We have 3 months left of the year. Lock in, like this is your time, like da 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 da. I'm like, that is not what we as women should be doing right now. If anything, by the time we get to October, go into November, go into December, we are burnt out. Like we are now towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
We're going to be going to the holidays. There's going to be family this, there's going to be Q4, if you're a business owner, there's going to be Q4 of that. Like, there are going to be things that are already going to take so much of your attention, time, and energy that for us to lock in
Yeah.
and add more to ourselves is not the right way to approach the end of the year. In fact, it is to move with intentionality and clarity and just focus. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to do more things to reach your goals right now.
Correct.
In fact, we should be doing less, but just moving our intentionality into the things that just, again, move the needle. And so that's why it's important to have a floor and have a ceiling in mind. So
Mhm.
that way, like, you don't have to live in this space of being overwhelmed all the time of like, well, I didn't do everything. I didn't do it all. So therefore, I must be failing.
Yeah.
No, like that doesn't
No.
have to be that way. Like you can still make sure that if you're a New Year's resolutioner, which by the way, that might be my betrayal list too, is New Year's resolutions.
I do
Um,
love them.
yeah, I
I
know.
know.
I know you do. I don't, but she
I
does.
know.
It's
I do
okay.
like them.
But I feel like for the majority of people, they come to January 1 with the same resolutions all the time.
Correct. I
And
have a lot of issues with them, but I
that's
do like
where
setting them.
that's where I get like I'm like ugh, like just kind of a twitch. Like I'm okay with like having intentions, I
Yes.
guess, but like for the year, and but if you always come back to having the same goal of I want to
Correct.
lose 20 pounds, I want to lose 20 pounds, I want to lose 20 pounds for the last 3 years,
And it's
this
the
is
same.
this is your time then for the next 3 months. Especially if you've worked really hard to lose weight, and we're about to enter into a season with a lot of holiday parties, a lot of family
Mhm.
functions, a lot of all of this that's going to really kind of I didn't have time to get my steps. I didn't have time to get because I was traveling and then I was doing that. Like there's going to be things that come up. So it's so important for you to just like, okay, but I was really intentional for these next 3 months of hitting my floor.
Yeah.
That way when January 1 comes, I'm not 10 steps back when I fought all year to be 10 steps forward.
Hmm.
And I just feel like we are so burnt out and we think we should just, well, I'm doing all these things and it's not working. I'm gonna hold your hand. You're doing too much, which
Yeah.
is why it's not working. You're overriding your nervous system and your cortisol is up and you're stressed out all the time. Lower your expectations, not because you can't do it all, but yeah, because you can't do it all.
But it's,
Coming from a high achieving, high performer myself,
yeah,
like
it's always an
be
oxymoron
intentional.
though, because it's always the people that are trying to do more that end up doing way less.
Yeah,
Whereas if they like
because it's
lower, because
unachievable.
it's unachievable, and
Hmm.
and then they do not, and you see it. I mean, you can see it across like business. uh, males and females, fitness,
Hmm.
everything where it's like I can't do all of this, so I do none of it,
Right.
the all or nothing.
Hmm.
Um, and so kind of to your point, what you're saying is if you just locked in on only your floor for the
Yeah.
next 3 months, it's crazy because instead of being the person that then like binges at Thanksgiving and hates
Hmm.
themselves, and then binges at Christmas and then hates themselves, and then gets hammered on New Year's and hates them, you know what I mean? You're now consistently hitting your floor, which is actually really easy to hit every day.
Yeah.
And the expectation is so low that you like go into the new year and you're like, oh wait, like I did perfectly
I did
fine
fine.
over
Yeah.
the holidays. Like,
Hmm.
and it's just so shocking. And I think we're like kind of preaching to ourselves too,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So I wanted to kind of point that out in that like for my season specifically, I'm not different than anybody else in the sense that had I completely fallen off the wagon all pregnancy and like said screw everything, that I would just like give birth and like, oh, it's so easy. I love working out and I'm back to it. No, like it's still like I do love working out and I do
Hmm.
love cooking and I love all these things, but it's still a habit that I took a long time to build.
Yeah.
And it doesn't just come back after like
Yeah.
9 months of giving it up.
Oh my God, I ran 30 minutes yesterday at an 11-minute mile pace.
Girl, I don't know that I could do 11s right now.
I was like, don't go too fast. Don't go. I
Yeah.
know you can go fast, but you're gonna hurt
Because you're gonna
yourself.
say 8:30 and then you're gonna be
And
pissed. Yeah.
you're gonna hurt and you're gonna be so sore. And today I'm moderately sore because I chose to just kind of like, hey, rein it
Hold back
in,
a little
pull
bit.
back a little bit. Like, but all that to say, like, because we are the same, like, in that way of like, well, I know what I'm capable of, I know what I've done before, but
Hmm.
maybe the season that you're in requires a different sort of level of capacity.
Yes. And because of keeping the small things, even though I have not 100% eaten the way I've wanted to or moved the way I wanted to every single day all of pregnancy.
Yeah.
Like I truly did think it was going to be a little
Yeah.
easier, right? But had I completely let it go, like I would be starting kind of from scratch. 9 months is a long time. And so hitting your floor though then makes it so much easier when you come out of whatever season to
Yeah.
then kind of go back to normal and
Mhm.
like feel like yourself again.
Yeah.
Maybe have a few days of hitting your ceiling and
Hmm.
things like that because you didn't completely let it go. So it's
Hmm.
not like we're sitting here saying that, oh, it's I guess like the easiest thing to set a floor and like start achieving your floor. It takes time,
Yeah.
but when you have your floor and you consistently hit your floor, it's not starting over every single time. It's
Right.
not hard every single time.
Yep.
So
It's
like
not a,
prep was not
yeah.
it's hard because there's like you're low on food and those types of things, but like hitting your checklist is not hard because you had been doing all of
Hmm.
those things. It was just upping the ante,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So anyway.
I will also say that your floor, the reason that I say that your floor should like, we talked about at the very beginning of how it should be like moving the needle. It's still gonna take effort.
Correct.
A lot of people are like, oh, the floor is just to kind of like get, I don't want you to think the floor is to like get by. It should still
No,
be something that
you have to be intentional.
is intentionally
Yeah.
moving the needle forward in the goals that you specifically have. So if, you're already getting 5K steps a day, not implementing anything like you have your watch, like, oh, okay, well then I'm just going to keep hitting 5K steps a day. Like you're already doing that. That allows no room for growth or requires a certain level of discomfort. Like your floor should be a little like you have to make an effort. Like
Yeah, but
so
it's the difference between having 5,000 and making your floor 65
yes.
and making your floor 10.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like slowly moving the needle, kind of like we talked about, like
Correct.
your floor is going to change
Hmm.
as you build habits.
Yeah.
So like Caitlin doing
Hmm.
75 hard would probably really not be that hard.
It's like I already do it.
Right.
To be like, yeah.
Because a lot of those things were slowly built over
Hmm.
time, whereas like somebody who has not built their floor
Hmm.
over time would give up a weekend.
Right.
Right. So that's
Yes.
kind of, yeah.
That's the only thing, the last thing I kind of wanted to add was that like your floor should still be that because at the it to what Abigail was saying is ew. Did I just call you Abigail?
I know, which is like she's also the only one
I
that
don't like
calls me
that.
Abby.
I don't
It's
like
so
that.
weird.
So what Abby said
Yeah.
to what Abby
It's like if
said,
I said
I was
Kate.
like, Abigail, gross.
Ugh.
That's weird. Is like you have intentionally been moving towards your floor so that when you came out of pregnancy, you you were doing your future self a favor.
Correct.
And by making things a little bit easier when you did find yourself in a season where things weren't so like we're talking about right now, where you're feeling burnt out, where you're feeling a little like maybe a little seasonal depressy. Like, maybe you're
Yeah.
just kind of like feeling a little like
Squirrel.
little meh. I told my friend today, I was like, it's not that I don't think that my grass isn't green. I know my grass is green. I know I'm so blessed. I know that I've created a beautiful life for myself. But prep really, when you're coming out of it and you're reversing, everything just feels in grayscale to me.
Yes.
Like and I'm starting to see color now. Obviously, like the more your food and whatever, you're just coming out of it, your body's back to functioning. But it's really difficult to see life in color for me right
Mhm.
now. It's not that I don't think my life is great. I think it's great. I know my grass is green. It just looks gray when I look at it. But I know that I'm by doing the things that I said I wanted to do and keeping
Yeah.
promise to myself, I know that I'm watering it so that when I do come out of the season that I'm in, it'll be bright green and I can be able to kind of push my floor a little bit more. Like I can
Hmm.
make my ceiling a little bit more if I decide to do like something else with my life that requires a lot more intentionality, rather
Hmm.
than just being like healthy.
And I think too, like obviously we focused all for the most part on like fitness today. But I think like the reason why we do that a lot, obviously like that's like the space that we've been in, so it's
Yeah.
very easy to talk about.
Hmm.
But I am so much so a believer that when you start there, everything is easier.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
you can then do it with work, you can then do it with your family, you can then do it with, and maybe that's like a
Are you
poor
ready?
way of
Are you
looking.
ready for another one of my Gandhi
She's talking
whatever?
about like simmering on the stove.
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
ahead,
yeah.
give me your quote.
No,
Just
I'm just
kidding.
gonna say discipline. When you have discipline in one area of your life, that discipline will bleed into other parts of your life.
Yeah. So how what
It wasn't overly Gandhi.
I'll
Yeah.
Gandhi
One up, one
I'll
up.
Gandhi your Gandhi. Uh how you do one thing is how you do
Yes.
everything.
Yeah.
But I have found that like when I am disciplined with my floor and fitness,
Hmm.
that moves the needle more for me than if I were to start with something else.
Yeah.
And that could just be a me thing, but I feel like the more women I talk to,
Yeah.
and you're that way too, that's what we see is like
Mhm.
when you lock in on that like
A lock in.
yeah, when you focus on the fitness side of
Yeah.
things, it is very much so easier to then be that way with work, with school, with family, with so on and so forth. And I think it's because it's like probably the most uncomfortable. And so then like, you know,
I want to say it's probably because it's the most tangible and
yeah,
most like the thing you can physically see making a difference. And
yeah,
so it changes your
brain chemistry.
brain chemistry, neuroplasticity. Like when you start to rewire your brain towards like another bias and you're
Hmm.
showing it that you're capable of that, your brain will go, okay, we can do this one thing. We can also do it here.
Yes,
Because now you're building confidence and trust within yourself,
correct.
but you're rewiring
I
your
guess that, yeah, I never really thought about it until you said that just now, but it's probably you're right because it's so tangible.
it's tangible and physically evident, like you can see it.
Yeah.
So
So there was something else I wanted to say on that, and I can't remember, so maybe we'll just end
we're gonna take a
there.
commercial break.
12 hours
12
later.
hours later.
That'd be pregnancy brain.
We'll end it there. We just wanted to remind you that, stop doing more and then feeling like you're failing yourself by hitting these wild expectations every day. I will leave with one more thing. Your life is a rule of thirds.
Okay, here we go.
There it is.
Yeah, there it
There it
is. I was
is.
waiting for it.
Found it. Your life is a rule of thirds. And I'll break it down in just workouts, right? Like, Caitlin, how do you work out every day? Abigail, how do you work out every day? Is because I go in with the expectations of a rule of thirds, especially with hormonal cycles. It's pretty easy to kind of be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have some shit days. Um, The first
Same.
third is like you have the best workouts. You have the best time, like you're hitting PRs. Wow, that was a great workout. I even felt great after. Like I also I wasn't bloated in that workout. Oh my
Uh-huh.
gosh, I looked skinny in that work and whatever. You have the best perfect workout. Then the other rule of thirds is you're going to have a very mediocre basic workout. You're going to go in, you're going to check the box, you're going to do the work. You're going to be like, yeah, that was fine. Felt good, like whatever. Then the other side of the other third is you're going to have a really crap workout. You're going to go into the gym not wanting to go that day. You're going to feel really tired. You're going to feel bloated. You're going to feel disgusting. You're probably PMSing, whatever. You're going to have a
Mm.
headache. You're not going to be able to hit the same weights because maybe you're in your luteal phase and you're just like, I'm not feeling strong right now. And then you might even cry in a workout. I haven't
Been there.
been there maybe more than a third.
Yeah.
But like you're gonna cry during a workout. Your life is the same way. I'm just using fitness as an example, but if you can understand that your life is gonna be into thirds, but that last third counts twice. Because each time that you show up in the really nitty-gritty third, you're building resilience, you're building consistency, you're building
Those
trust.
days matter so much more.
Those days matter so much more. So if you can, that is where the floor comes in, that if you can still show up for yourself and tick little boxes and be like, it was ugly, but I still did it. I cried. I thought awful of myself, maybe. Maybe I wasn't the like nicest to myself mentally, but I still did what I said I was gonna do.
Hmm.
So you know what? That's a win. I feel accomplished, whatever. Because that does trickle into that bucket of building consistency and effort and work into your goals.
Way
So,
more.
so all of that, that's my Gandhi, that's my Caitlinism for
But
the
I have
day.
one thing before we end.
Okay.
What is your, just give us one that we can double tap at the end of the year podcast?
Uh-huh.
It's crazy because Scarlett will be here.
Yeah.
What's one of your fitness floors?
Like right now to carry me
Yep.
through to the end. Uh,
I threw her on the spot. I wasn't planning on asking that.
honest, honestly, 10K steps. Yeah. Honestly, steps. Like if
Hmm.
I can get 10K steps every day, I do feel accomplished. I feel fine.
Yep.
Like if I miss a workout, if I miss a cardio session, if I overate that day, if whatever, like if I hit 10K steps, I'm still mentally like, okay,
Yep.
I'm still making progress. I'm still, because to me, that just shows me that I'm still active and I still took my 2 mental health walks.
Yeah.
Like if I didn't, I have to be very sick or something to one, not go walk my dog,
Yeah.
and two, like not go out and get some sunshine or go like just get some steps
Yeah, I would
out
agree.
that day. Because like if I'm not doing those things, then I'm either depressed or sick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like then there's something wrong.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with me. So 10K
And
steps.
yeah.
That's like the one floor that carries me to the,
And
oh
that's
my God,
good.
probably until I die.
And what's funny too is like I want part of the reason why I wanted to say that was one because I was curious. This dang spam calls.
Mhm.
And two, so that everybody listening can also hear like this is coming from somebody who like one is a coach, two preps, like all of the things.
Mhm.
And like that's the floor
Yeah.
is literally just walking.
Yep. I
So
I am the mayor of doing too much and doing it all and feeling like I have to do it all.
same.
So if I feel like I can just do steps, that's it. Like,
Yeah.
because I know, here's the thing too, the last thing, I've said the last thing like 5 times now. If I'm going intentionally going for a walk, like my first walk in the morning, I'm probably more likely to do the other things that make me feel good
100%.
because that will make me
Dude,
feel
when I
good.
walk in the morning, I typically get everything else done.
Yes, like it takes
It's the
one
days that I wait and
It
I'm like, I'll
takes
do it later.
one domino, just one
Yeah.
domino to trickle into all the others, just the one.
Yeah.
So that's why it's so heavily for me 10K steps, because like I have to intentionally not be moving to not hit 10K steps.
Hmm.
Even on my worst days, I'm hitting six. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, just go take a 30-minute walk, then you're at 9K. And then you can kind of finish out the rest of your day getting 1,000. Like, because I already kind of know the metrics
That
of it.
yeah, how
So
long it takes
yeah,
you.
how long it takes me. So I know that if I can get that first 20-minute, 30-minute walk in the morning, I'm like, okay,
I'm
there's
good.
other things that I'm going to do today that are going to make me feel better.
Yeah.
And that's on learning how to not be depressed. Like that's That's it. When you do feel sad
That's
and low,
on what sunlight will do for you.
yeah, that's on some vitamin D right there.
Yeah, right. Ayo.
Ew. Anyway.
You don't want to know what mine are?
Yeah, I
I'm just
guess.
kidding. Okay, that's it.
Okay, love you.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.